Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's it's definitely been a while, uh, and this is gonna be very, very different from what I've been doing lately. Completely different game in general. Today marks episode 1 of my first ever Let's Play on YouTube, entitled for the Elder Scrolls Online's newest expansion, Blackwood. I'm so happy to do this and looking forward to you guys enjoying it. Yeah, well, let's get started. Oh wow, it already goes right back into it. Okay, I should have done that first. Okay. Well, yeah, alright, let's get started. The scenery already looks so much different.
A few minutes later.
Alright. Tutorial. Yes. Alright. Let's load in. I haven't seen any of this tutorial yet, so... We're now in the Isle of Balfiera. Whoa.
You're awake. Thank the stars.
Hi? Who are you?
There you are, on your feet. I know magical translocation can really upset the stomach. Just take a moment and get your bearings, alright?
Magical translocation? I got teleported here? What? Where am I?
The Isle of Balfiera, home of Clan Barini. I apologize for the cramped accommodations. We pride ourselves on courtesy, but circumstances here have taken a turn for the bizarre. I needed to make sure you weren't a danger to yourself or others.
I mean, I'm a necromancer, so you kind of had the right idea. But, can you let me out now?
You might not be so eager to escape once you hear what's going on. You arrive via a portal, along with a Deadric beast called Shayazel. It seized control of our golems and unleashed them on the island. If I free you, will you help me stop Shayazel?
Well, yeah, if Daedra are involved, hell yeah, I'm helping.
Wise choice. Just give me a moment. There you are, free as a spring cricket. I hope you intend to keep your word. We'll need each other out there. Of that I'm certain. The name's Norianwe, by the way, of Clan Barini. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Gallia, of... I already forgot my name. Pleasure to meet you as well.
We're bound for a place called the Keyrights Gallery. But first, I need to know you can defend yourself. Hurtling through the Orbis and falling flat on your ear left you a bit scattered. Find a weapon, and we'll work out the cobwebs. Fair?
Sure.
Much later.
Alright. Well, let's go through the basic training process. So, whoa! Cool, I get to train with this thing? Cool!
This is as good a place as any. Now, prepare yourself, while I conjure up a dance partner. Let's begin. Well done.
Hey, let's go.
For a moment.
First guy dead. And gives me some heavy armor.
With moves like that, the Daedra doesn't stand a chance. Yes, I'd say we're ready to set out.
Alright, we're already heading out now.
To reach the Keyrights Gallery, we have to make it out of this ruin and across a wide field full of the golems I mentioned. With any luck, we'll be able to slip past them. But I'm not all that lucky, so I'm sorry in advance.
It's all good. So, we'll head there next then. What do we expect there in the gallery?
Well, it begins with a door, the first of many. The only way to access the gallery is through a mysterious gateway. Once we pass through that initial door, we'll step into a huge vault. This is the part that worries me most.
Why does that worry you?
I believe Shayazel, the Daedric creature that's causing all this mischief, may have nested itself in there. So be prepared to fight.
Will dealing with this Shayazel pacify the golems?
I can't say anything with certainty, but ridding the world of an otherworldly abomination can't hurt, right? Its influence might linger for a time, but the golems should return to normal before too long. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, you and me both saying hopefully. Sure. Alright, let's go.
The entrance to the Keyrights Gallery should be
minutes
east
to go.
of here. Let's set out.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
No idea what this is. Oh, wow. Pretty. Whoa, 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 where are you going? Oh, that's just a player. Okay. I almost thought she ran right into an enemy for some reason. Whoa. Hello there.
Well, this is upsetting.
Why?
Jeffers' bones. The surge of magicka created by the portals you came through. Must have cracked this sky shard. Without a functioning sky shard, this gate remains locked, and there's no way for us to proceed. Damn.
Oh, so this thing's broken. Shit. Is there a way... I don't know any lore that's possible to fix a sky shard, but is there a way?
Unless you have a set of enchanting tools and a working knowledge of meteoric empowerment theory, no, there's nothing for it. We need to find a replacement.
Okay, so I guess it is possible, but it's just very, very powerful. So do we have any replacement sky shards around?
I saw one in a vault just south of here a few days ago, but it was flanked by one of the island's more powerful golems. Normally, I'd say we should search for another option, but given the circumstances, I think we have to risk it.
I think we'll be okay. Let's find the sky shard. But can I ask you something?
Of course. Let's not tarry too long, though.
What kind of golem did you see near that thing?
It's a monstrous sentinel called a gargoyle. I've never seen one fight, but by all accounts, they are far more powerful than the golems we've faced thus far.
A gargoyle? Oh no, freaking der!
Much, much, much later.
This'll be fun. Yep, there's a sky shard. Well, I can already.
The sky shard.
Okay, keep calm. Yep. Should have figured there was the middle one.
Get out of the way now. Counter and kill.
Whew. Foul high. Ew. Yeah, definitely that's foul. Alright. Let's grab the sky shard. Oh, I actually gained its magic.
What? Did you just absorb the energy of that shard? Incredible.
Oy.
Not quite what I intended, but we can work with this. Let's head back to the gate.
Okay.
A few minutes later.
So I guess now I imbue...
Focus on the sky shard action with any luck.
Also, that's why I didn't gain a skill point. I just imbued the magic and then... Yeah, so I guess I just imbued the magic that I absorbed from the last one into this one. So I guess that's one way of facing a sky shard. Just using the magic of another one.
I'm afraid we've reached the really scary bit. The Deadric creature responsible for all these portals waits just beyond that gate. If you have any other preparations to make them now.
Well, any advice on how to slay a Deadric serpent?
Again, I'm just a scholar, but I'd encourage you to remember what we practiced before. Keep moving, strike true, and exploit any opening the creature gives you.
That's fair. Alright.
There it is! Send it back to oblivion!
Oh, it's one of these things.
What cannot die.
I could say the same thing because you're literally about to die. Ow. There we go.
You did it! Hopefully the gallery wasn't too badly damaged. Follow
Let's
me.
hope so. Shrew Polish, thank you so much for the raid. Hope your stream went well. People in the Shrew Polish stream. Thank you so much for joining. You have just joined in episode 1 of my series of Elder Scrolls Blackwood. So, this will be fun. Hope you guys enjoy.
By all the stars. Look at the central column. I had no idea it was concealing something like this. Let's get a closer look.
Looks like a large stone piece of DNA. What the hell? What's going on, everybody? What'd you do, Shrew? Anything interesting happen? That's what we did today. Oh, you did the exact same thing? Cool.
This
Cool.
is the Keyrights Gallery, but not as I remember it.
Whoa.
Now I see why we never managed to unlock the gates. Their power comes from this arcane helix. Amazing. With the helix exposed, these gates can finally reopen. Perhaps not all of them at first, but enough to reach most of Tamriel. The question for you, I suppose, is where to first?
Where to first?
One eternity later.
This is what I meant to do. Okay. No, we'll forget about all that other stuff that happened, but hey. Cool. I didn't know. I thought it was just a random portal that took you to just a random area and then that was it for the storyline. Nope. It just allowed you to pick your own storyline. Which is actually really cool. I like how they did that. How they implemented all the other expansions into one tutorial area. That's really cool.
The Ivory Brigade has need of you.
Are you the guy?
You look like you've got your wits about you. Care to make a bit of extra gold working for Leowin's Ivory Brigade? I've been asked by my captain to find someone who can handle themselves. We need help with a delicate situation.
What would be that situation?
Deadly secrets. Assassins. Murder. Now apparently a counselor has gone missing. Between the war, bandits, cultists, the Ivory Brigade is like the Nord that tries to plug a leaking cask of mead, only to realize he doesn't have enough fingers.
Okay, so what do you need me to do?
Talk to my commander, Captain Rian Leo. You can find him just outside the city gates, trying to appease some of the nobles. Tell him I sent you, and he'll put you right to work, I'm sure.
Alright, I'll go speak to this captain. Thank you.
Side. The Ivory Brigade will find you. You there? Not now, citizen. Can't you see I have my hands full at the moment? I'm sure a guard or one of my brigadines can assist you.
Actually, that's why I'm here. Antonius sent me.
Why didn't you say so? Leowin's problems are legion, and now the Wood Elf Archer's predictions seem to be coming true. Damn these old Imperial secrets. Councillor Deadric has disappeared, and the Ivory Brigade is already spread too thin for my liking.
Oof. Well, tell me more about these archers and secret stuff.
The Wood Elf, Everly Sharparrow. She brought news that the Dark Brotherhood was targeting members of the Elder Council.
Dark
All
Brotherhood?
because of some secret of the Longhouse Emperors. We took her warning seriously, but Deadric refused Brigadine protection.
The Dark Brotherhood wants Deadric dead?
With that guild of assassins, I'm not sure what to think. But Deadric is missing, and I don't have enough Brigadines at the ready to conduct a proper search. You look capable. So, care to earn some gold and help us determine the Councilor's fate?
Sure. You could consider him found.
Here, let me update your map. These are places Deadric visits during her daily routine. If something befell her, it happened somewhere along this path. Meanwhile, I have Everly Sharparrow checking locations in the city. She was very eager to help.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Where? Okay. Yep, there's always something here. From Frau Lupus. Okay. Counselor Deadric. I hope this letter finds you in good health and in better spirits, my old friend. Though years have passed since I was Emperor Leovic's steward, and you were one of his elder counselors, I fear that the secrets of the Longhouse Emperors continue to haunt us. You and other members of the Elder Council are in grave danger. Actions that you and your colleagues performed over the years for the Longhouse Emperors have inadvertently made you targets for an as of yet unknown entity or entities. Of course, we both know that you were only following orders. Perform your duties. Unfortunately, those who hunt you care little for those reasons. They only want to eliminate everyone who may know even the tiniest fraction of Emperor Leovic's final secret. I wish I could provide you with more information, but for now, this is all I know. If I learn anything further, I will be in touch. For now, please be cautious, and sleep with one eye open. Pharaoh Lupus. Oh yeah, so they're definitely in trouble. Looks like the Dark Brotherhood really wanted them dead. Okay. So now let's go check out this cave. Ah, found the cave. Cool. Ugh. A lot of stalagmites and stalactites. Ooh, some letters. Chief Counselor Leviticus. While our time serving together on the Imperial Elder Council is long past, I still consider you to be both a colleague and a friend. I know I ignored the warning the Wood Elf brought you, refused to believe that old secrets still held any power or any danger. I was wrong. I received a letter from Pharaoh Lupus today, which, if the reports of his death are accurate, he must have sent this before he was murdered. And I fear that I am being followed. I thought I caught a glimpse of a dark figure watching me from the rocks during my island walk this morning. I was so rattled by the sight that I dropped his letter. Didn't realize I had lost it until I had almost reached the cave. This must be related to a project Emperor Mordekar gave me some 20 years back. He needed caretakers for some sort of storage vault, and I procured them. Set up the contracts, paid the costs, but that was a long time ago. Even as I write this, I feel the noose drawing tight. If you're receiving this, tell the others. Convince them to heed the warning and accept your assistance. Okay. The secret of the Longhouse Emperors. I think this time, it really will be the death of me. Oh no. Is he already...
Deadric? Oh, pardon me. You're not the counselor.
Who are you? Milona Hannes. Who are you?
Apologies. I heard you stumbling about and thought it might be Counselor Deadric.
Yeah, and you are?
Oh, no one important, I assure you. I'm simply one of the counselor's aides. I help her with paperwork mostly. Run errands, that sort of thing.
Captain Ryan sent me to find the counselor. I think she might be in danger.
She initially refused the captain's offer, but she received a letter that made her uneasy. Last I saw, she was headed back to the city by way of the Eastern Gate. But she never returned to her manor, so I came to look for her. Please, find her.
Eastern Gate? Got it. Thank you.
Anyone, help me!
She's alive!
I refused to believe, but Farrell, Leviticus, they were right.
Counselor, are you alright? What happened?
I was attacked. An assassin. You must warn the others, the counselors. Leovic's secret, it will be the death of us all!
Counselor? Oh, fudge. She's...
Counselor Deadric! Damn, we're too late!
Why do you sound like Carly? Hold on, there's a note here. Oh. Yep. They got her. Yep. Ah, fudge.
Damn it, I'm too late. Poor Councillor Deadric. She didn't deserve to die like that. At least I don't think she did. Did you see what happened? Who attacked her?
I didn't see it, but I think I know who did it.
The mark of the Dark Brotherhood. Just like with Farrell Lupus. Sorry. I'm working for Councillor Leviticus, the head of the Chamber of Legates. I came to Leowyn to warn him after I stumbled across some secret concerning the Longhouse Emperors.
I'm working for Captain Ryan Lior. He sent me to find the counselor, but what's this about a secret?
It relates to something called the Four Ambitions of Mehrunes Dagon. I think they're Deadric weapons, but I'm still puzzling that out. I was working for Farrell Lupus before he was murdered. Found a strange tome with Deadric markings at his behest.
Mehrunes Dagon? Oh, this is gonna be fun. I found a letter with Councillor Deadric from him. It warned her she was in danger.
Yeah, that's what brought me here. I found a list of names. Farrell Lupus and members of the Elder Council. It said they all knew something about this secret. Since Farrell was murdered, I figured the others were in danger too. Looks like I was right.
Who are the other counselors?
Let me have your map. I'll mark where Councillors Valeria and Sophis were last seen. Go warn them. Convince them to take precautions. Then meet me at Councillor Deadric's manor in the city. Maybe we can find something to shed more light on this secret.
Alright, I'll go warn them and meet you
I'll
there.
get the city guards to come and gather the Councillor's body. She shouldn't just be left out here. Then I'll head to Councillor Deadric's manor. When you're done checking on Councillor Valeria and Councillor Sophis, meet me there.
Alright. Don't need that. Alright, so let's go... Oh, what the hell? Hello, Hajimota. Let's go warn Councillor Sophis first.
We weren't expecting visitors. Are you here to see the counselor?
Yes, I am.
Are you here to speak with Councillor Sophis? I'm afraid my husband has taken our dog for a walk. Is there something I could help you with, perhaps?
I need to talk to the counselor. He may be in danger.
Danger? What are you talking about? Does this have something to do with that letter? And who are you, by the way?
Captain Rain sent me.
Captain Rianne? I see. Well, if the Ivory Brigade sent you, my husband likes to walk our dog Chero along the tree line. Go on and find him. I'll wait here in case he returns.
You mentioned a letter.
My husband, Valen, received a letter from an old friend this morning. Farrell Lupus, Emperor Leovic's steward. I could see that whatever was in that letter upset him, but he didn't want to discuss it, and I didn't push him. Now please, go find him.
Oh no, I already think it's too late. He says he's just around here. Please don't be dead. Oh. Wait. You're the dog. Oh no. Oh, god damn it. Got him again.
What's taking you so long? They should...
Valen! No!
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, Valen! Oh, my love! What happened? I thought Captain Rianne sent you to protect my husband!
I was too late. He's already dead when I got here.
You know, Valen acted strange after the letter from Farrell Lupus arrived. He didn't tell me what it said, and I never asked.
Before he left today, he gave me a sealed scroll. Said to give it to Counselor Leviticus if anything ever happened to him.
A scroll?
A scroll, sealed and bearing my husband's stamp. Take it. Give it to Counselor Leviticus. I hope it helps catch whoever murdered my husband. I'll summon the town guard. They'll help me with my husband.
I'm sorry. Damn, that sucks. And where's the other one? On the other side of the city. Why do these counselors live outside of the city? That's such a risky move. Like, I know it may seem nice to live out here, besides living in a city, but you're way more protected, especially since you're a counselor. You know, you're someone of high power. Oh.
Stay alert. I have it on good authority that I'm in danger.
Of course, Counselor.
Councilor Valeria?
Step back and state your business. I have every reason to believe that my life is in danger. If you so much as make a threatening gesture, the Brigandine will dismember you. He has very strict orders on that regard.
Yeah, he sent me.
I was beginning to suspect as much. Very well. Tell me everything that you have learned. Leave nothing out. I want to hear it all.
It's the Dark Brotherhood. They've already murdered Frau Lupus and Counselor Jurek. And the other counselor that I just found, already forgot their name.
Lupus? Emperor Leovik's old steward? And Jurek as well? Gods, they are targeting the Elder Council. Anything else? Tell me. The slightest detail could mean the difference between life and death.
We think it has something to do with Leovik's secrets. The 4 ambitions?
The ambitions? I heard that term once before. Years ago. I must go to Tidewater Cave. I have a cache hidden there, and I need to check my records. Meanwhile, I suggest you find Jurek's files. She kept them in a hidden compartment in her nightstand.
Are you sure you should go to a cave? This already seems bad. Your records include this information?
Possibly. I oversaw the Imperial Treasury, so my records deal with expenditures and collections. I have documents going as far back as Emperor Morikar, possibly even Durkarach, and I know I saw that term someplace. I will see what I can find.
Alright then. This is locked, you don't have a key or any lockpicks. Okay, well, I don't have a lockpicks, that's fair. That was a master lock, by the way. Okay, so where am I? Far left corner of the eastern part. Or western part. Okay, let me remember that for where I'm with my other characters. Okay. So I guess now, I go to the Way Shrine here. Sharp Arrow, you here?
Oh,
There you are.
Over here. I'm glad you're here. I've been searching all over, but I could use your help. This place is huge. Why do rich people need so many rooms? Oh, but tell me, did you warn the counselors like I asked?
Valeria has some protection and is going to search her records, but I couldn't save Sophis.
Sophis is dead? Damn! Was it the Dark Brotherhood? What am I saying? Of course it was. I've torn this place apart, but so far I haven't found anything related to Imperial secrets or the ambitions. Maybe you can spot something I missed.
Counselor Valeria did tell me that Jir kept records in a nightstand. There's a hidden compartment there.
I knew you'd be a help, but I didn't expect you to just have the answer the moment you walked in. Good job.
Alright. Let's just hope Council Forum is going to stay alive by the time I get back. There we go. A hidden compartment, huh? Ooh. How did that happen? Council Jirik's records. Okay. Council Jirik. It is time to rally the caretakers and move the ambitions. The new vault locations should ensure their safety and keep them hidden until I or the High Priest call for them. The forces loyal to the traitor Varen draw even closer. We cannot allow the ambitions to fall into their hands. This is your official order. Act immediately. This line is written in a complex imperial code. Emperor Leovic. Wow, the Emperor himself wanted this to happen. Jesus.
A hidden compartment? I love it! I mean, I hate that people will die, but... so, what did you find?
Excuse me. It's an order from Emperor Leovic. Jirik was supposed to move the ambitions, but the last lines are in code. I can't read it.
Let me see that. That's a code, all right. Some of the other documents I found use something similar. You know, I'm really starting to hate all this secrecy surrounding the ambitions.
Well, Leyawen is an imperial city. Maybe someone here could decipher it.
Good idea. We need to report in to Councillor Leviticus anyway. Let him know what we uncovered. If he has a qualified scribe, great. If not, I know someone. They helped me with those other documents. Let's go to Leyawen Castle and talk to Leviticus.
I'll meet you there.
I can't help feeling that once we solve the secret of the Longhouse Emperors, we'll know how to stop the Dark Brotherhood from murdering any more of the Councillors. I'll see you at the castle.
Alright. Alright. This place is actually very, very nice. Oh! Rian, hello.
I need your report, mercenary. Word reached me that Councillor Jirik was murdered. What about Sophus and Valeria? And did you find definitive proof that the Dark Brotherhood is our culprit?
Lala, thank you so much for the follow. Councillor Sophus was murdered, unfortunately, but Valeria is safe. These notes were by each of their bodies.
That's the Black Hand, symbol of the Dark Brotherhood. I wish Jirik and Sophus had allowed me to assign brigadines to protect them. At least Valeria, however reluctantly, agreed to a military escort. Did you and Everly uncover any other information?
Yes, we gathered some documents we think Councillor Leviticus should see.
It appears that Councillor Leviticus's trust in the Wood Elf was not misplaced. Very well. You and Everly can head in and talk to the Councillor.
Thank you. Also bookcases. Ever since I first learned that about the the Mages Guild, you can actually like learn stuff from these bookshelves, depending on if it's the right book. Alright.
Captain Rian and the Ivory Brigade will deal with the Dark Brotherhood. We are perfectly safe in here.
Your damn empire, Leviticus. It no longer exists, but it still causes us trouble.
Ouch.
You must be the mercenary that Captain Rian told me about. And I see you're working with Everly Sharpet. Good. Good. I assume you have something to report. I'm listening.
Alright. Well, Councillors Jirik and Sophus are dead. And these notes were by their bodies.
Damn it all to oblivion and back. I should have taken Pharaoh Lupus more seriously when I received his letter. This is definitely the mark of the Dark Brotherhood. Anything else to add to this?
They left documents behind, but part of them is written in code.
Yes, that's the Longhouse Emperor's code. Only a handful of Imperial scribes can decipher it. I know one. Baragon. I'll send for him at once. Meanwhile, we must warn the remaining councillors on the list. Eivor, Valeria, Itinia, and Vandacia.
Well, thankfully, Valeria is already under guard and is collecting her records at Tidewater Cave.
Very good. I've sent messages to Itinia and Vandacia already, as neither of them are currently within Leyawen's jurisdiction. I need you to go to Fort Blueblood. Counselor Eivor has taken refuge there, but I'd prefer to have her here in Leyawiin.
Alright, I'll head to the fort.
Everything we do now must be swift if we are to get ahead of this. Go to Fort Blueblood and convince Counselor Eivor to return to the city. She'll be safer here than at the fort.
Why is the counselor in the fort in the first place?
Eivor has always had an affinity for the Imperial military. When she received her letter of warning from Pharaoh Lupus, she sent word to me. Told me she was going to the fort, but the soldiers would protect her. I fear she is badly mistaken.
You don't think the fort is safe?
Only a token force of Brigadines guards Fort Blueblood. If the Dark Brotherhood is truly our enemy, I fear a lone assassin can bypass the fort's defenses with relative ease. Eivor would be better off here in the castle. Go and bring her back at once.
Fair enough. Alright.
Fort Blueblood? That's to the east across the river. I'll meet you there.
Thanks, Evely.
Look, Councillor Leviticus and Captain Rianne sent me. I need to see Councillor Eivor now.
And what about my sister? She hasn't been seen since she took the Counselor her meal.
Councillor Eivor was very clear about this. She doesn't want to be disturbed. Oh, another mercenary. Is our Ivory Brigade so enfeebled that Captain Rianne must resort to hiring sellswords? Look, as I told the Wood Elf, Councillor Eivor was quite insistent. She doesn't want to be disturbed.
Oh, Captain Rianne and Councillor Leviticus sent us. Do you really want to get in the way of that?
All right, enough. I can see when I'm being overruled. Very well. I give you permission to enter the watchtower. Councillor Eivor's safety is now in your hands.
Why is that servant in an uproar, though?
Lurius? Oh, something about his sister. She's another servant here at the fort. Works in the kitchen, I believe. Apparently, she brought the Counselor her meal. He says she never returned, but the servants look for any opportunity to sneak off.
But why would... Okay. Oh, I need a...
Oh, another mercy. All right. The Counselor demanded we protect her. Said her life was in danger, but refused to give me any details. Imperial confidentiality, she insisted. Above myself.
Alright, well... Let's hope... Oh...
Councillor Eivor's been murdered! But where's the servant?
Come on! You guys suck! Uneaten meal.
Eivor's meal is still warm. So what happened to the servant that delivered it?
Councilor Eivor's journal. Unlike most of the Elder Council, I was in Emperor Leovic's confidence. I knew the truth of the Longhouse Emperor's secret. Most of it, anyway. Me and the High Priest. At the time, it felt like an honor to be included. Now I'm in fear for my life and hiding in this damn watchtower. I decided it would be best to write down everything I know. About the four ambitions and how they were created. About the deal with Mehrunes Dagon. Everything. I may be the only one who knows the location of the new vaults. Where Emperor Leovic had the ambitions moved to as Varen's forces drew closer. I suspected that all of this war was over. That it ended with the death of Leovic and the fall of the Longhouse Emperors. According to the letter I received from Pharaoh Lupus, I was wrong. What follows are the locations of the three vaults containing the four ambitions, and they're torn out. The secret pages have been torn out. Oh no!
Of course they tore out the pages and took them. Just when we were so close to finding out more about the ambitions.
Serious note.
The Dark Brotherhood's calling card.
Yep. Happened again. Damn it.
We have a door locked from the outside, a dead counselor, and a missing servant. Did the assassin take off with both the torn out journal pages and the servant? Anyway, they not only murdered Eivor, they probably know how to find the ambitions now.
But the problem is, how did the murderer get in and out of the watchtower without being noticed. What? A servant. Either two things. One, the sister was the servant was the assassin the whole time. Or, which is, this one's probably more probable, the assassin killed the servant, took her place, and then killed her.
See that rope hanging from the top of the tower? Bet my bottom acorn that's how the assassin got in and out. But the missing servant, something about that is knocking on the back of my head. And why would the Dark Brotherhood take those pages?
Maybe the Dark Brotherhood wants the Daedric artifact for themselves?
Maybe. But everything I've read about the Dark Brotherhood never suggested they would be interested in weapons of war, if that's even what the ambitions are. Damn it, we're loosing arrows in the dark here. Let's tell Commander Orton about Eivor.
Yeah, I actually agree with her. I don't see why the Dark Brotherhood would want something to deal with Mehrunes Dagon. They have Sithis. I don't see why they would want to deal with themselves with Daedra. I mean, they're not really picky, because I'm sure they would allow vampires and werewolves and stuff like that, but I don't suppose why they would want to deal with Mehrunes Dagon, of all people. Let me see up here. Maybe there's something around here that I can look at. Well, yeah, they definitely pulled up from that window. Yeah. You fucking idiot! You are a terrible commander!
So, will Councillor Eivor be returning with you to Leowyn? Am I finally going to be able to get my fort back in order?
You're probably gonna be evicted of your duty because she's dead.
Murdered? Gods, keep your voice down. Do you want to start a panic? Tell me what you found in the watchtower.
Eivor's meal was still warm and untouched, but the assassin left that calling card.
Let me see that. A black handprint. The sign of the Dark Brotherhood. But where is the servant, Talais? Is she involved in this fiasco? And how did she and the assassin get out of the watchtower? My brigadiers never left their post.
There was a rope hanging from the ceiling of the watchtower to the top of a window.
Well, that explains some of it, but not all. We need to locate Talais. Since you're already involved in working for Captain Rian, I want you to quietly try to find Talais. Start by talking to the other servants in the kitchen and dining hall.
Very well. Alright.
Your sister is fine. This one is certain.
Then where could she be? She would never neglect her duties.
Probably found a dark corner and someone to snuggle with. This one does that all the time.
Okay.
Pleasant days, visitors. How can this one assist you?
Commander Orchard's asking to find Talais. Any idea where I should look?
Ah, Talais. She worries her brother so. She asked me where we kept the hot root flakes. Councillor Eivor sprinkles them on every dish. I told her they are in the pantry, but you need the key from the kitchen to unlock the door.
Okay.
All right, grab a broom and start sweeping.
What? No, that's Talais' job.
And do you see, Talais? The servants come to the kitchen to mutter and gossip. This one will not have it. Misaba asks that you do not distract them overly long, as they are already naturally lazy.
Ouch.
What is it that you need?
We've been asked to locate Talais. Anywhere she might be?
That young woman. She has not returned from the watchtower, so her chores remain undone. And she took the pantry key with her when she went. It is no longer hanging on its hook. That is a clear violation of the kitchen rules. A clear violation.
Where's this pantry?
The pantry is in the cellar. but the door is around the side of the building. Calais mumbled something about how the counselor loves hot root flakes, grabbed the key and the tray of food and went off. This one hasn't seen her since.
I suppose now I have to do Therese' chores as well as my own. She owes me one, and I aim to collect.
Okay, I'm here to find Therese. Do you know where we should look?
She took the counselor her meal and hasn't returned. Did you check the watchtower? Ebor's a little old, but maybe Therese decided to improve her station, if you catch my meaning. Eibor reeks of fear. Maybe Therese finds that attractive.
I don't see how that's where it went. What do you mean?
Well, she's been acting like a frightened Guar since she arrived. Stays locked up in the watchtower. Only lets a single servant in at a time. And I hear she's been burning papers. Documents of some kind. She's scared out of her wits, if you ask me.
Okay.
Before we check the pantry, let's talk.
Yeah, give me a second.
So, what did we learn? Counselor Eibor was frightened, but that's understandable. Interesting that she was burning documents. Her journal indicated that she knew more than the others. And Therese visited the pantry before heading to the watchtower.
Maybe we should take a look at that pantry then.
Couldn't hurt. And every mystery novel I ever read taught me you should always follow up on every clue. Even the ones that seem insignificant. Let's check the pantry and see if she was looking for more than hot root flakes down there.
Fuck! Oh, come on!
Is that... Damn it, they murdered Therese too!
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah, they killed her too.
Why would the Dark Brotherhood murder... Oh no. We need to talk about this.
I think she was actually being impersonated by the servants. Yeah.
Alright, I think I figured it out. The assassin followed Therese down here, murdered her, and took her place so they could gain access to the watchtower. Pretty clever, but they didn't have to kill her.
Does this sound like the usual way the Dark Brotherhood operates, or is it just me?
No, not from what I've read anyway. I thought they only killed those whose names appeared on their contracts. I can't imagine anyone asked them to kill a poor servant.
Well, to be honest, they usually do by any means necessary for things like this, but yeah, I could agree. Should we just turn to Leowyn then?
Yes, but we still need to check on Councillor Valeria. And someone needs to go to Gideon and make sure that Councillor Van Dacia is alright. Can I leave those tasks to you? I want to return to Leowyn and consult with Councillor Leviticus.
Alright, I'll go check on them. But we also need to inform Captain Orton about this.
Oh, good point. Before you head out, report to Commander Orton. Tell him what happened to Therese, and how we think the assassin slipped into the watchtower undetected. His brigadiers need to be able to recognize an imposter when they see one. After you report to the commander, make contact with Councillors Valeria and Van Dacia. Valeria went to Tidewater Cave to get her records, and Van Dacia works in the Gideon courthouse. Cracked acorns! I suddenly had the weirdest feeling come over me.
Are you okay?
Yes. No, I don't know. We were talking about the counselors, Valeria and Van Dacia. Suddenly I had a premonition. It was brief and disturbing and mildly unpleasant, like the dreams I've been having. But this is the first time while I was awake.
You've been having dreams?
Remember I told you about that strange book I found? The one with the Deadric writing that I can't read? I've been having bad dreams since I found it, and the dreams are becoming more frequent. This time it happened right while we were talking.
Tell me more about it.
It was just a flash, but it was accompanied by a feeling. I felt a sense of overwhelming evil, all tied up in the figure I saw in my mind. Like someone held a portrait in front of my face for just a moment and then pulled it away.
What did this figure look like?
It was one of the Waking Flame cultists, I think. Someone powerful, in command. A dark silhouette wrapped in a cloak. I'll never forget the feeling it invoked. It was like a wave of hopelessness. We can deal with this later. Let's get back to it.
Alright then. Anything here? Nope. Alright, well, this sucks. Orton, you are a terrible commander again.
All right. You talked to the fort's servants and rummaged around in our pantry. What's the verdict? Did you find the missing servant?
Yeah, she was in the pantry, but she's dead, and I believe the assassin pretended to be her to get into the watchtower.
That's... Oh, that's horrible. Are you sure? No. Of course you're sure. No one would lie about something like that. I'll tell her brother what happened and send someone to tend to her body. Gods, what a day this has been.
You telling me? Alright, well. The cave is just to the south of here, so let's go try that first.
A few minutes later.
Well, this is already a weird looking cave. I don't know why I would store stuff in a deep cave like this.
One eternity later.
Oh good, she's still here. Thank God.
Ha! The mercenary. A few moments later, and you would have found an empty cave. Your timing really is impeccable. We've already packed up my records, and we're about to head out. But what news of the other counselors? Did your warnings reach them in time?
Unfortunately not. Sophis and Eivor were murdered, just like Deadric. You need to go to Blackwood Castle.
All three of them? That's disheartening news. Well, I'll take my records to Blackwood. Perhaps between the two of us, Counselor Leviticus and I can ascertain what past incident has returned to haunt us.
What kind of records did you keep down here?
Oh, just a lifetime of public service and bureaucracy. Mostly financial records, but also meeting notes, ledgers, those sorts of things. I oversaw budgets and finances, the collection of taxes, public works, and I kept immaculate records.
Well, we found Jake's files like you said. Leviticus sent for a scribe to decipher them.
That's good to hear. Emperor Leovic loved to hide things in coded documents. But what about Counselor Vandacia? Do we know if he's still safe in Gideon?
I'm actually on my way to warn him.
Perfect. Remind him he's too old to play the hero, and I want to see him in Blackwood Castle immediately, if not sooner. These brigadines will make sure I get to the city safely. Me and my records both. Godspeed, mercenary.
God's safety to you.
I was attacked in the streets of our fair city, Keshu. I demand you deal with the criminal post-haste.
Your guards did their job, Counselor Vandacia. The prisoner is secure.
And what's this? More assassins? Explain yourself immediately.
Relax, Counselor.
One attempt on my life today is more than enough. You're another one of those Dark Brotherhood bastards, I assure you. You won't find either myself or Governor Keshu to be easy prey.
I'm no assassin. Counselor Leviticus sent me. He wants you to come to Blackwood.
Warn me? As always, Leviticus offers too little and too late. I received the letter, same as the other counselors. My personal guard took the threat seriously, and we captured the assassin in the act. What of my esteemed colleagues? Are they safe?
I'm afraid 3 of them are already dead. Deadric, Sophis, and Eivor murdered.
Dead? All 3 of them? This is unimaginable. Pharaoh Lupus's letter suggested the Longhouse Emperors left behind a secret that would prove to be a threat. I thought he was just being melodramatic. Has Leviticus determined what this is about?
It concerns the 4 ambitions of Mehrunes Dagon. We are examining records that could learn more.
4 ambitions? Never heard of them. How could something I know nothing about make me a target of the Dark Brotherhood? It's got to be a mistake. You must question the prisoner. Get him to confess and reveal the truth of this sordid affair.
Alright, where are you holding him?
Governor Keshu locked the prisoner in the holding cell in the courthouse basement. Question the villain and find out why the Dark Brotherhood is trying to wipe out anyone who was part of the Imperial Elder Council. I'll head for Leowin afterward.
You really don't have any idea what the secret about the Longhouse Empress is.
I wish there was something I could tell you. The letter I received suggested that some old council business was the cause of all this. Why the Dark Brotherhood would be interested in such menial affairs, I'm not sure. I'm completely...
Alright, well, let's talk to this assassin then.
Door's open. What happened here?
Poured something on the lock. Hit me. And escaped.
Corroded lock. Looks like some kind of poison.
Acid ate right through the lock. Look, there's more of it on the floor.
Looks like they ran out already. Oh, they're already long gone.
2 very boring minutes later.
He attacked this legionnaire and ran into the ruins of the old city.
Oh no. This is not good.
Much, much later.
Bookshelf. Oh. Elam. The ruins within Bloodrune Cave were gutted long ago, turned into a channel pit by the local villages. However, the sanctuary itself remains pristine. The cave's reputation as a place of untold danger clearly persists. This will serve us well. Fighting through the cave itself may take some doing, but the door is located far back within the ruins. It is a long trek, be warned. If we intend to reopen this sanctuary, you must clear it out. I'll leave the details to you. And remember, death, my brother. That's the key. Matron Astara. So apparently that's the leader of the Dark Brotherhood. Oh, wait, you're... Who are you?
Do you make it a habit to read other people's mail? That letter is personal and private, full of sensitive information.
Oh, wait. Yeah, you're Dark Brotherhood, and I just realized that now. The letter's talking about a Dark Brotherhood sanctuary.
Well, aren't you a fast reader? If you chased after me because of something Council Van Dacia told you, well, he lied. If the Dark Brotherhood sets out to kill you, you're dead. We don't make mistakes. We don't fail. Not ever.
Well, we found evidence beside numerous murder victims. Members of the Elder Council that you killed.
I haven't killed anyone. Not recently, anyway. And if you're talking about our calling card, anyone can dip their palm in black ink and slap it on a sheet of parchment. Look, we received no contracts. I'm here on different business entirely.
Wait. Who would want to blame the Dark Brotherhood for this?
Good question. If you figure it out, let me know. I certainly owe someone for the bruises the Councilor's guards gave me. Now, as much fun as this has been, I really do need to get back to my daring escape. Best of luck with your mystery.
Well, if you really are innocent, you should come back to the courthouse with me.
Tempting, but no. I detest so-called places of justice.
Ugh, assassins. Well, let's get out of here then. So the Dark Brotherhood's being framed? Wow, yeah, that makes a lot more sense now that I think about it. Because, you know, why the hell would the Dark Brotherhood want, you know, Daedric artifacts? Sorry. I'm trying to fix up my... There we go. That's a little better. Alright. Let's go ahead back. Oh, I'm outside the city? God damn it.
Much later.
I have news.
Oh, the mercenary from Leowin has returned. Tell me, were you able to capture the assassin? Or perhaps you killed him in battle once you caught up to him? I am eager to hear the news.
Well, he escaped, but I recovered this.
Allow me to peruse the document, if you will. Proof positive that the Dark Brotherhood is in Blackwood. We must find this sanctuary and destroy it.
But there's one thing. The Dark Brotherhood agent denied his organization's involvement. He didn't attack you.
What did you expect? Such lies fall from his lips like rain from the sky on a stormy day. Villains never freely admit their guilt. The evidence is right here in this letter. Meet me in Leowin and we'll share this information with Leviticus.
Well, where's Governor Keshu? Shouldn't you have more guards?
What? Oh, my personal guard are nearby, and these legionnaires are sufficient. You need not be concerned. As for Keshu, she had business to attend to. Gideon business. I saw no reason to distract her from her regular duties. Now, to Leowin.
Okay. Also bookshelves. That's it. Yep. That's it. Oh, nope. Alright, well, that sucks. Really didn't learn much, but it's okay. Okay, so let's head back to the capital.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Dark Brotherhood. They must be driven out of Blackwood.
I still can't figure out why they would be targeting us, Vandacia.
Eliminate the threat first. Then we can seek answers.
All of the remaining counselors in Blackwood are gathered here in the castle. Valeria, Vandacia, and myself. While we await the arrival of the scribe I sent for, tell me what you uncovered in Gideon. I'm not sure I agree with Vandacia's assessment.
Well, I found this letter. It talks about reestablishing an old sanctuary of theirs in Bloodrune Cave.
Yes. I remember reports of their presence early in Morikar's reign, but they were driven out. The assassins must see this as the perfect opportunity to reclaim their base, but what does that have to do with Leovic's secret and the ambitions?
I am not sure. And why assassinate counselors?
Vandacia, Valeria, and I were just discussing that. We think Leovic had each of the counselors unknowingly working on a different aspect of the Ambitions project. They each had access to a piece of the puzzle, but no one but Leovic knew everything.
So someone called upon the Brotherhood to murder the counselors and preserve the secret.
That's our prevailing theory. If the counselors ever came together to compare notes, the truth of the ambitions would be revealed. To stop that from happening, the Dark Brotherhood was sent to kill my colleagues.
But an agent of them claimed they weren't responsible for the murders here.
Indeed. Very curious. Still, I'm hesitant to take the word of an admitted killer at face value. Not with so much at stake. Regardless, their very presence still poses a threat to all of Blackwood. The sanctuary cannot be allowed to reopen.
Right. Maybe those coded documents could tell us more.
Jirix and Sophis' documents contain information written in Imperial code. I sent for the scribe Aragon, but he has yet to arrive. Until then, the counselors will remain safe within these walls. You have done well so far, and have my thanks. Whatever the truth behind the murders of my fellow counselors, we can't allow the Dark Brotherhood to gain a foothold in Blackwood. I'd like you and Evely to go to Bloodrun Cave to ascertain the situation there. Talk to Evely and make your plans.
Right. But shouldn't you send brigands to deal with them?
Until we know more, I'm not prepared to engage in an all-out war with the Dark Brotherhood. No, better to send you and Evely to investigate the situation. Then we can determine if a more forceful response is warranted.
Fair enough.
Partner, over here.
Okay. I think I'm actually gonna end this episode here. I'm gonna continue the stream, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this part of the episode. If you do, please do me a huge favor, hit the like button down below. Leave down some comments if you have any questions or concerns or things you want to let me know about for this campaign. And we'll see you all next time for Blackwood.